love without giving, but
You can give without love.
they can give without loving.
This is the time where fornication just goes up.
Yes.
Because I'm giving you the money bouquet, and once I give you, I'm expecting you to show love to me.
You ask yourself, Valentine, is it an African word? What's the origin of Valentine? What are we celebrating here?
Yes.
We are finding so many ladies waiting. What is it in store for me?
Yes.
We are finding men. What is it in store for me?
Is this the only time we can love people? All right, good evening. How are you? I want to believe you're keeping well from wherever you are following us from this evening. Karibu sana on the Overflow show tonight. My name is Favored Frank. And of course, we are set for a great time tonight on the Overflow show. And we're talking about, this is the Valentine's edition of the Overflow show. Are you loving somebody? Are you in love? Are you being loved? Do you know how to do it? Do you know how it should be done? Join us tonight for this conversation on Hope TV. This is where you look and live, and on Hope FM, where you listen and live, and across all social media platforms. That is at Hope TV Kenya, at Hope FM Live. Karibu sana. And tonight, I'm joined by, an amazing panel. And of course, they'll be sharing their nuggets of wisdom on how to, love right, and the experiences before and even now. And Daktari, how are you?
Yeah, hi.
You well?
I'm well.
Okay, how's been the week?
The week has been a Valentine's week.
Yes.
And some people have decided to paint the town red. Yeah.
You can see everywhere red.
Yeah, in the name of celebrating Valentine.
Yes.
And we want to have a conversation around that area.
But I can see we are not doing anything red. What's...
No.
Are we really in tune?
Yeah. It's what we say that is more important than what we wear.
The position of the heart, right?
Someone said that actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
That even what we wear.
So we want to speak louder.
You can wear red, but you're not full of love.
Yes.
And I may wear green, and I'm full of love.
So you can wear red and very empty.
I feel offended.
So, Daktari,
Yes.
I think before we dive into this conversation that is about to get even hotter, will you just please do a recap of the previous conversation?
The last weekend, we did an episode on beauty pageantry, a common event in our colleges and universities, and even high school. And we wanted to explore the concept of beauty from the Word of God, because God is a created beauty. And the Bible defines what beauty is. And sometimes we overemphasize on the physical, the physique, the body morphology, at the expense of what real beauty is. That real beauty comes from within and shines from without. That the Bible says in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, let your beauty not come from outward adornment, like wearing golden jewelry, fine clothes, braided hair, but let it be that unfading beauty of a gentle, quiet spirit, for which is of great worth in God's sight. And we say that actually beauty is not just physical, it's psychological, it is spiritual.
Yes.
And we must embrace beauty holistically and not just partially. Because what we emphasize more often than not is the physique, is the body. And as the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, that charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. Physical beauty is very temporal. But when you go for the inner beauty, the character of a person, that is more long-lasting. And that is of great worth in God's sight. And we emphasized on the character as opposed to what we see on the body.
All right, great, awesome. If you missed that conversation, please visit our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya. You'll be sure to catch the conversation. Daktari, love is in the air.
Yeah,
I mean, everywhere, like you said, it's
talk of the
painted red. And everybody is, getting in the mood for, this season. I mean, what is love, just to begin with? Because there is a definition of love for the world, and there is a definition God knows love for, So what is love?
I can only go back to the model that Christ gave.
Yes.
And Christ said that, a new command I give unto you, love one another as I have loved you. And if you love one another, people you know that you are my disciples if you love one another.
Yes.
And the best model that Christ gave us is how to love. And if you go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. That's a chapter of love.
Yes.
That love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. Is not proud. It does not boast. It does not dishonor others. It does not get easily angered. It does not keep a record of wrongs. It does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. That love always protects, always trusts, always perseveres, always hopes, and love never fails.
All right.
That's what love is. But in a nutshell, I would say love is meeting someone's need in the best of their interest.
Meeting someone's need
in
the best of their interest. Wow.
Yeah, love
Awesome.
is simply meeting someone's need in the best of their interest.
Wow.
Christ said, greater love has no one than this, than to lay his life for other people.
Wow.
That when we are ready to lay our lives, to sacrifice for the needs of other people,
Yes.
that must be love.
Wow. Awesome. We have Nancy in studio who will be joining us to help us with the conversation, to unpack the conversation on, just love for the season, what people are doing and what we need to do. Thank you so much for creating time. And of course, we have Vanessa in studio. Thank you so much for creating time. And with this from Cooperative University of Kenya. And we have Esther from Machakos University. Thank you so much for creating time. And just to begin with you, Nancy, there is how the world, knows love. There's how the world loves. I'd really want us to unpack, because in this season, it is said that it is a season for lovers. We have different kinds of lovers. You have those, that will be helping us to know the different kinds. And somebody is, just limiting love to erotic, romantic love. Maybe what are some of the loves we should portray in this season?
First, I think I must say that love, the way Valentine is coming out nowadays is different from the past.
Okay.
Actually, when we try to remember what Valentine was as we were growing up,
Yes.
there was not so much emphasis.
Okay.
But currently, if you walk all around the towns, it is painted red.
Yes.
So we are getting to a place where people are actually speaking about this love. We are getting to a time where people are expressive of this love. And I believe that calls for us as the church not to be silent or to be ignorant of just defining what love really is. Because many times there is a misconception that is maybe amongst the young people, amongst some of us probably from our socialization growing up. And we find the way Dr. has said that love is he brings out from the greatest example of a Christ who loved us unconditionally, even while we were still sinners. He's the one who came for us.
Yes.
But when we look at how the world views love, it is about me. It is self.
Yes.
It has more of self in comparison to what am I doing to meet the needs of the other person.
So it's what is in it for me.
Yeah, so what do I have for this thing? So even as we go to Valentine's, we are finding so many ladies waiting. What is it in store for me?
Yes.
We are finding men, what is it in store for me? As much as I'll buy you these flowers, what are the benefits?
Receiving in return?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Dr.
Yeah.
I really want you to weigh in on this. How is the world maybe celebrating love today? The world.
Yeah. I think the concept of love has really been corrupted.
Yes.
Has really been abused and misapplied, because love has been turned inside out. Love is supposed to be serving other people, sacrificing yourself to meet other people's need.
Yes.
But love is now self-centered. Love is about me. It's about I.
Okay.
What is in it for me?
Yes.
So people look forward to what can I get from the other person,
How
as
can I
opposed
benefit?
to what am I giving the other person. So I would say it has become so self-centered, so selfish, and we are losing it. And there is more joy in giving than in receiving.
Yes.
It's more blessed to give than to receive. The hands that gives you roses, a bit of fragrance clings to those hands. The moment people shall learn that it is in giving that we get blessed, as opposed to do the other way around.
Yes.
That there's more life, there's more happiness when I seek to benefit other people, when I seek to benefit other people, to love other people with no strings attached, it will be more fulfilling.
Yes.
Yeah, because how come love seems not to deliver today? People say they love one another, they speak about love.
Yes.
But the other day, when you look at their lives, it doesn't, the Bible says you know by the fruits. What are the fruits of what we are calling love
Yes.
today?
Uh-huh.
The fruits does not speak of actually the fruits of love. It's fruit of something very different.
All right.
There's a lot of infighting, there's a lot of breakups, there's a lot of abuse in relationships.
Yeah.
Name it.
Yeah.
Is that real love?
Not really.
It's very, very different.
Okay, there's a time we were talking about love, and you say that one can't love without giving, but
You can give without
they
love.
can give without loving. That was so profound. Now, Vanessa, there is what the young people today are expecting, and of course, I want you to speak in the place of being a young woman, a young lady. What are some of the expectations of young ladies in this season when it comes to matters love?
I feel like most of the young ladies right now, they want to be shown how much they're loved by their loved ones. So there are many ways of which people expect to be shown that love.
Okay, what kind of loved one are we talking about? Is it maybe the parent, maybe the brother?
No, we're talking about relationship-wise.
Okay,
Like, yeah.
okay.
So from your partner, you most of the ladies right now expect to be shown love through other means. Like it's supposed to be like love. I've been loving you all along,
Yes.
but I want it to be extraordinary
Yes.
just for that day.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are many ways of which they want to be shown love. Some want to be gifted. Some want to be taken on a very special date. Some want to be,
About gifts, maybe.
yeah, even taken, or it can even be more special and, take a step forward. You can ask them to be your lifetime partner.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
there are a lot of things a lot of ladies expect. Yeah.
All right. I think, Esther, over to you. From your experience and, interacting with fellow ladies, what are some of the expectations in this season?
Let's talk first about 2025.
Yes.
There's this thing that has come called money bouquet. It is trending on
Money
TikTok.
bouquet.
Yeah, it is trending on
No longer
on
flower bouquet, but
Yes.
money.
It is trending on TikTok.
Okay.
So people are giving their boyfriends pressure. I want that money bouquet. And a money bouquet, you use 50K to decorate a 30K money bouquet.
Yes.
Why is a young man, a 25-year-old, where will he get that 50K? You see, they're
Yes.
giving their boyfriends a hard time. Many want chocolates,
Yes.
dates. You see, there is a lot of pressure out
Yeah.
here. And big roses, big bouquets.
Yes.
So there is a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are some of maybe the expectations young people have.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think coming over to you, Nancy, what are some of these expectations? Because I know maybe besides what they've mentioned, what are some of other ways expectations people have in this season?
Unfortunately, there could be positive expectations and negative expectations.
Yes.
We can find that in this season, like you will find in the universities, this is the time where fornication just goes up.
Yes.
Because I'm giving you the money bouquet, and once I give you, I'm expecting you to show love to me.
Yes.
And for the people of the world, that is how they express their love. So they expect me as a lady probably to give them my body.
Yes.
So it becomes a great challenge where there is a lot of compromise even in during this season. Then their expectations, probably we can find ladies who were expected to be proposed to, and they don't end up getting proposed to. So it's a time where most of the time we find that there is a love triangle. Vanessa is chasing Mike,
Yes.
Mike is chasing
Some other
Esther.
person, huh?
Yeah, so the love triangle just goes around. There is a lot of breakups even in this season. However, when we think about love, we need to go beyond money. Because nowadays we've defined actually love
Yes.
with money.
Yeah.
So I'm being taken to Masai Mara with 5 million. Then that is my expectation. I'm building up castles
Yes.
in my mind. But the man that I'm having the same expectation is nowhere near. Probably either he was not socialized to know that Valentines exist, or they have subjective amnesia,
Yes.
where they forget intentionally that in this season there is an event that is going on.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can say that.
Okay. Daktari,
Yeah.
is this the only time to show love? Because somebody can be so dormant the rest of the months, but now when it comes to, February, they're now up. They want to show the world how to love. Is this the only time we can love people?
If Valentine is about loving, we should love always. So confining love to one time event is not the real thing.
Okay.
I really long to celebrate my life to the fullest. And that's why Christ came, that we may have life and have it to the fullest.
Yes.
And for us to have life in abundance, then we must learn how to celebrate love, how to love one another every moment of our lives.
Okay.
That you don't put off, it's like a switch,
Yes.
until the next February 14. That's the time I will show up with a gift. It should be a lifestyle.
A lifestyle, yeah?
If it has to be an event, maybe a climax or a
Yes.
special day. But loving should be something that's a lifestyle, that we are loving one another all the time. But I don't say, I can only celebrate you, I can only give you a gift, a Valentine,
Yes.
on a February 14.
Okay.
It should be a lifestyle, and perhaps you can only use that to commemorate something.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, or maybe comparing these times we are in today and initially, some years ago, were things the same?
No,
I mean,
some of us, we were not socialized with love,
Uh-huh.
with Valentine Day. And I can be honest with you. The
Yes.
first time I heard about love, Valentine, I think it was in campus.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, who is this really called Valentine?
yes.
And I was told it is about this and that. And some of us men, especially in our generation, we really have struggled
Yes.
to transition to something that is very foreign to
Yeah.
us. We never grew up seeing our parents
Yes.
celebrating Valentine.
Just saying even I love you.
Even saying I love you. Some of these things are very foreign.
Uh-huh.
But we saw some actions that portrayed love for one another.
Yes.
They may not have verbalized. And ladies should understand there are men who are going through that transition. I'm even surprised, even the young generation, their ages.
Yes.
There are men who still confess
Yeah.
that this thing is, I just started
It's
hearing the other
far-fetched.
day. I'm still not even understanding it. If you ask yourself, Valentine, is it an African word? What's the origin of Valentine?
Uh-huh.
What are we celebrating here?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not saying we should actually disregard it. But we should know the meaning and apply it properly.
Yes.
The purpose of it. Does it really stand for love? What are we celebrating here?
Yes.
But if you are celebrating love, love is good. But again, I want to say, because I think Valentine has been reduced to only a partner
Yes.
with whom you have a romantic relationship. My understanding of Valentine
Yes.
is that you celebrate people who are special in your life.
Uh-huh.
You can even celebrate young children.
It is not
in a
only
lot-
romantic, right?
Yeah, you can. Your Valentine can even be your mother, can be your dad, can
Yes.
be your, even your boyfriend or girlfriend,
Yes.
can be your spouse, can be anybody. Can be someone you even admire, a second admirer, who
Yes.
doesn't even know you exist.
Uh-huh.
That's my understanding. And I could be wrong, and they can correct me here.
Okay,
Am I
Vanessa.
wrong?
Vanessa, we have, you've talked about expectations of young people in this season. What then would one do if those expectations are not met? Because I know sometimes you are counting on somebody to provide this and this and the other, maybe this gift, maybe this flower.
But Vivian,
Yes,
so that we can be on the same page.
yes.
Is Valentine about that special person that you love?
Love.
Yeah, I want to, so that we see whether you have the same definition. Or is it for everybody?
I believe it's for people who have a romantic relationship. Yeah, because I can show love to my siblings, my parents, anytime I want. That is why when you're not in a romantic relationship and you want to celebrate Valentine's, for we ladies, we call it Galentines.
We call it?
Galentines.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
So do you have Valentines again?
I'm not sure about that because I've not heard it from the men. Oh, they have a men's conference.
Men's
Oh,
conference.
we are attending men's conference.
Men's conference. Esther, is it so? In your world?
Yes.
It's meant for romantic lovers.
Yeah. No, like men, during Valentine's, if you don't have a partner, you'll go for men's conference. And
Okay.
for us, we'll go for a girls' night out.
Okay.
As she has said, it is called Valentine.
So, so Valentine is specifically for people who love each other
Yes,
romantically.
yes.
Oh.
To us.
Esther, that's your understanding. Nancy, that's your understanding.
At least I'm getting to get the perspective of the young people. But my view will be it is a time just to love and probably the way Daktari has said, just to climax.
Yes.
Probably there is that something special you would have wanted to do. Because even during our birthdays, there is something extra that people close to us usually do to us. So when we just constrain it just to that relationship, because even the way you are saying Galentines, you girls are using that season to celebrate each other.
Yes.
Even the men in the men's conference, they're getting together to discuss investment ideas so that when this person comes, there is something they will be able to do. So it is just a place where I think the emphasis is there is love in the air, the way we are saying. So there is love in the air. So what are we doing about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Vanessa, you talked of Galentine's, talking about men conference. Now, you believe that it is not only for romantic lovers, right?
No.
Because you've said we have Galentine's. Is
Yeah,
your girlfriend,
it's on
is
a
it a
Valentine's
lover?
Day.
No.
That is what people created because you cannot go for Valentine's.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism whereby you will do it because you don't. It's either you don't have a partner to go with on Valentine's, or you just don't want to do it, or you just don't want to indulge or in such activities. That is why you'll find like people are just compromising it to have their own events. But I believe Valentine's is for people who are in romantic relationships. Yeah.
All right. So we cannot use this season positively to show love to, those who feel not loved, maybe show love to orphans, maybe show love to our children, show love to our brothers and sisters. Don't you feel we can do it constructively?
I feel we can do it constructively, but showing love to other people, like she said, someone can show me like that extreme love. Someone who is not romantically in a relationship with me, they can show me that extreme love or the climax of their love or the epitome of their love to me on my birthday.
Okay. So you want
Yeah.
this to be strictly for lovers?
Now this is strictly for lovers. Let lovers be lovers.
I think, Dr. we need just to hold it right there so that we take a very quick break. When we come back on the other side of the break, we'll be diving deeper into the meaning of Valentine's and, of course, just having more conversation to do with this season. What exactly needs to happen and how do we do it?
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy.
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the What?
I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen, and live.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
All right, asante sana for keeping it right here. This is the Overflow Show. It is where you live your life in abundance. And of course, we are having an amazing conversation just in the spirit of, Valentine's in this season being the, yesterday was 14th February, the day of, lovers, those who love one another, you love your friend, you love your girlfriend, you love your wife, talk of anybody you love. And I'd really want us to talk about now there's somebody out here. And I'd really want to talk to Vanessa. There's somebody out here who's been, dumped. That's the language young people are using right now. And they're anticipating to, have an amazing time on today. I mean, they anticipated to have an amazing time yesterday. So how are they supposed to handle, this heartbreak? How would you handle it if you are in that capacity?
Personally, I believe if a person truly loves you, they don't have to show you love. You don't need to seek love from someone on a specific date. So if that person doesn't show you that love,
Yes.
I don't think if you're dumped actually, that's the worst part about it because you're expecting a lot at that point.
Yes.
So how you will deal with it is accept the situation, the fact that you have been dumped, and this person has shown that he can't give you that climax of his love on that specific day because
Yes.
that is what we expect.
Maybe because of your expectations.
Yeah. So I'll prefer if you put that much effort into something and venture into something else whereby is more beneficial other than what you are expecting at first. Yeah.
All right. What of those who disappear just before the day and then reappear after? Would you consider?
Never. I can
Yeah.
never.
All right. What of you, Esther? How would you handle such a situation?
Being dumped before Valentine, it's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, first you feel betrayed because maybe the young man, so I don't have the money to take you out. I didn't have the money to buy you flowers, so he had to dump you. Sometimes we understand them, but I can't take it because it's not easy. Being dumped before Valentine, it's not easy. Because in campus, we have a lot of pressure. People are posting flowers, people are posting money bouquets, their teddy bears, their chocolates. They are posting when they are on dates, and you are just in your house seated viewing status. It hurts. To
You
be
can
honest.
study. I don't think.
Huwa tunasoma exams zikikaribia.
I think if you are my boyfriend, you'll come to me on that specific, not even that specific day. I believe in relationships. For relationships to work, people need to converse. People need to talk to each other. You need to be open. So if you'll come to me and tell me, I don't think I'll be able to make it on this day because I think I'm low at cash. I can't do this for you, but we can do something small. Like we can compromise it for something cheaper.
What if somebody has a history of not understanding some of these things?
Then I think you have the problem and you're not really ready to be in a relationship because you cannot be in a relationship whereby the two of you cannot get into a conversation whereby you have the end goal about it. Yeah.
All right.
So if you can't be a good listener or you cannot be someone who is able to, I'm not saying you should be understanding. Yeah, the understanding, but I think
Don't
too
you think
much.
somebody should be understanding?
You know the different understanding about understanding.
That's new. Different understandings about understanding. What do you mean?
Hey, you see, understanding in Sisi Gen Z, understanding nikukuwa understanding girlfriend. Like you are just compromising everything.
Okay.
Yeah, like you would literally take the L. Like
So
not
Gen
even
Zs
the
have
L,
hardline positions when it comes to.
like the standards. in
Oh,
short.
okay, I
Yeah,
see.
so if you don't have those standards,
Yes.
you are now understanding. You will just take anything and live by it just because hatuna.
You're understandards.
Yeah, now that you're
underst-
you're understanding, not
so understandards.
understandards.
All right.
Yeah.
I really would want to hear what you'd have to say, Nancy, for somebody who's been, just left and they really don't. There's somebody who just disappears without communication. That's the silent mode. And then they reappear a little later. And I really would want to know, maybe in your advice, how can such a person handle such a situation?
Okay, the reality with us is that there are so many people who actually will be left or were left during this week. So I think as young people especially, we first need to manage our expectations.
Okay.
And apart from managing our expectations, in case it happens to you, it does not mean that there is something wrong with you. I usually tell people you should encourage yourself that thank God that person has revealed themselves because you shall know them by their fruits. So how unfortunate it will be because they may have stood you even at the altar. But if this person can just walk out on you and be quiet on you, it's not you who is the problem. So I just encourage men, women, because nowadays we're hearing a lot of ladies committing suicide, a lot of men committing suicide just because their Valentine never came to them. So I think for me, I will take it positively. I will view it positively. Of course, it will hurt. We cannot ignore the fact that these are emotions that have been involved for a young person. So, but you need to pick up yourself because God has a better person for you.
All right. Daktari, how should a man, I'm mature too, the lady is just missing in action.
As a man, allow yourself to grieve because you're a human being and you have emotions.
Okay.
Don't feel like you should show like you're a macho man. And many men suffer in silence because they don't want to accept the reality.
Okay.
Because it affects their ego. That, I have been left. Should they even know? There is healing in, first of all, owning up, and if possible, confessing to a confidant or someone that this has happened. But life, I would say generally, is the way you see it. Life is the way you see it.
Yes.
You can try to see it negatively or positively. If you saw it positively, you'd look at the positive side of what has happened.
Okay.
This person has revealed maybe his or her true colors. Sometimes our true colors comes in certain circumstances when you are tested. There's an event coming called Valentine that I'm supposed to spend or to do ABCD.
Yes.
What shall you do? It's a test. And we normally say it's better a breakup before marriage than a breakup in marriage.
So you take off early.
Yeah. So it could be some telltale signs. Those could be red flags. And there are times you say, wow, thank God, I have known this early enough. Of course, it hurts. It has broken your heart. But avoid doing something that is destructive because two wrongs don't make a right.
Okay.
And don't go on a revenge mission. Don't play at that league. Rise and play at a higher league with maturity.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's then come to some of the challenges, because I know we have a different set of challenges for men and, of course, women. Beginning off with young women in campuses. What are some of the challenges maybe you face in this season? Some of these challenges you face.
Probably pressure, because you're having expectations of which you might be knowing they won't be met,
Yes.
and you're just delusional in that they'll be met. Other challenges are also financial challenges, because according to me, I feel like Valentine is not all about the man gifting the lady, but also the lady showing love to the man.
Giving, right?
Yeah.
Giving those money bouquets and all that.
It depends, because actually money bouquets nowadays it's actually a bouquet whereby it can be given to anyone.
Yeah, so a lady can give a man, right?
Yeah, you can gift him a money bouquet. It's just something that should come out from this stereotype whereby it's only men who need to show it out. Yeah.
Okay.
So also ladies, they do have pressure on what to get them.
All right. Okay. Esther, in your opinion, what are some of these challenges?
Okay, some of the challenges are boys taking advantage of girls. They say that when I buy you a gift, I'm expecting something in return.
Yes.
And this is the time that there is a lot of fornication in campus. And because also some girls date men outside campus, so they will expect something in return. So the man will not give you a gift for free.
Okay.
He'll definitely want you to give him something.
Some men, not a man, right?
Yes, some men.
Okay. So is it maybe a time to refuse some of the gifts? Do you think it's a solution to that? Refuse, those money bouquets, those teddy bears. Is it time to refuse some of them? Because if a man expects something in return, then would you want not to pick those things?
If some gifts are genuine, you can take them.
How do you tell the genuine and those that are not?
Kata gift. Ukanipea nitatoroka.
All right.
What about if I also give you a gift?
And you expect nothing in return, or you expect
No,
something?
you give me a gift, you expect something in return, but the something in return, I will exchange it with a gift. You gift me, I gift you.
Okay. So you gift, the other person gifts. All right.
Problem solved.
But they always say that girls don't know how to give, that they always give handkerchiefs, socks. But that's not true.
So
We've
is it
changed.
not possible for people to give without expecting? You just give out of love,
Exactly, it's possible.
in the best interest of the other person. So when you gift a man, are you expecting something?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much because personally, my love language is gifting. That's my love language to each and every person in all relationships, all type of relationships, friendships, my daughter-mother relationship, daughter-father relationship, and also romantic relationships. That is my love language.
Okay.
I love gifting, and I don't expect something in return because that is how I show my love to you. Yeah.
Okay, I hope he's listening, right? He's watching. Daktari,
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of these challenges that are unique to men in this season?
I think some of the challenges I would say is that love has been, or maybe Valentine has been highly commercialized
Yes.
and sexualized. That people see this as an opportunity to make money out of their friends or do other commercial activities. And other people see it as an opportunity to have sex, so to say. But I want to say love is not sex, neither is romance sex. And we need to understand from that context.
All right.
The other challenge is the expectations of either party, be it from the lady or from the man. Sometimes these expectations are too much and they can stress someone. They could be unrealistic. That maybe your girlfriend is expecting you to do A, B, C, D, and you know if you don't reach that bar, she'll be disappointed with you. And it can also be vice versa. The boy is expecting the girl to do A, B, C, D in the name of the love, and if she doesn't do it, she'll be disappointed. So that is there. Then the peer pressure, that everybody is going out on a Valentine's Day with his or her Valentine, here I am. And you feel like you are lonely.
Yes.
Yeah, among many other things. So there's a misconception that revolves around that area.
All right, but do you think maybe for men to cut down on some costs, is it okay for them to go to some botanical gardens around, you know, just have some...
I think just be realistic and live within your own means.
Yes.
Just be realistic. Be true to yourself.
But show up, right?
Yeah. Just be true to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Nancy, what are some of these challenges maybe unique to women when you go in this season?
Okay, I can say just in addition to what Vanessa and Esther have said, that especially for ladies, I think it is important to be very clear, even with the person that you are going out with. You have to be very careful, such that somebody is not taking you to Masai Mara and you are living in Nairobi. And then you tell yourself in your head that we will just spend there and come back. So you be very careful in how you will spend your Valentine, and also know the kind of partner you have. Have a conversation around purity in life, even as you walk in this Valentine. Because I'm imagining I'm seated in a unique hotel where we are just me and this man, and we just start laughing. Ananigonga hapa hivi pole pole, anafika hapa, and the next thing we don't know what happens.
Yes.
So one of the greatest things that happened during this season is a lot of abuse for young ladies. And you know, when this abuse comes, you huwezi jitoa. Because what were you doing with a man at Masai Mara? Like, you didn't expect anything to happen. So I think, ladies, we need to go high above the bar. Know your partner as much as your partner is responsible. You expect him to be responsible enough. You should also be responsible to yourself. Then you should lower your greed as a lady, because especially for the young people, the way we said, where do you expect a campus person to get 50,000? Because for me, if you are to bring me the money bouquet, then I'll be very careful with you. It will raise question marks.
Yes.
Like, what kind of things are you doing? So we need to raise above bar, and just know that it is not just in this season that my love is constrained in. That whether it happens, whether it doesn't happen, it is okay. And I remember, like, for me, my husband, who is a Luya man, would not walk with flowers at Nairobi town anakimbia kuniletea kwa ofisi.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm telling you, he may get some heart attack. So I need to understand also my partner. Where are we at?
Yes.
There are religious factors. There are people who feel that we don't want anything to do about this, about Valentine. So as a person, I need to respect the other person, and we need to come to an agreement. But many times we raise our bars and our ears are closed to any other person. So it is about me, but we are not checking on the needs of the other person.
All right, great. Daktari, I've seen a number of, I've seen Vanessa, I've seen Esther, I've seen Nancy talk about, how to communicate love even better. Maybe how best can we show love? What are some of the love languages, maybe?
Yeah, we'll talk about love languages, and Gary Chapman has explained about 5 love languages, and I can add 2 to that. The way to love someone is to speak his or her love language.
Yes.
And we have different love languages. My love language could be gifting people. But the person I'm loving or expressing love, is that his love language? So I need first of all to know what is your love language? I speak that language. This may be my love language. That does not necessarily mean it is the other person's love language. Because we love to the extent we know one another.
Yes.
To the extent I know your love language, I'll speak that love language. And basically we are saying there are 5 love languages according to Gary Chapman, but I can add 2. One is to do with acts of service.
Yes.
Just serving one another. Christ said, you call me Lord and teacher, and light is so. This I came to do unto one another. And it demonstrated by washing the disciples' feet. We need to serve one another. What is your area of need so that I can serve you?
Yes.
Acts of service. The only has to do with affirmation, complimenting one another, validating one another. People crave for affirmation in different ways. However, even that affirmation has different dialects.
Yes.
The way I would want to be affirmed is not necessarily the way Esther wants to be affirmed. So I need to know what tickles in her. How do I compliment her as a lady? Especially on gender differences. The way you compliment men
Yes.
is not the way you compliment women.
Sure.
Even at different ages. So we need to actually customize each of these love languages to suit a certain person that we are loving. This one has to do with gifts. That we crave to be gifted. You can't love without giving, though you can give without loving. But again, I should ask myself, what kind of gift you make Vanessa feel loved, or Nancy, or you? Because it's that which you gift me, I'll feel like, wow, you really thought about me. We grew in Africa, and this culture of giving flowers
Yes.
is coming
Western.
lately. So gifting some people flowers, even if they are ladies from Africa, they would feel like, I wish you bought me a shoe.
Yeah.
So you need to customize the gift to the person. I remember there was one time I was gifted by my students, and I appreciated because they went to know what are the hobbies, what are the interests of this teacher, and they bought me a gift customized
Yes.
to what I like.
Wow.
That's what we need to do. Then we have quality time, spend time. Again, that love language. Different people have different needs for quality time. Some people, they want you to give them space. That is what their quality time is.
Yeah.
Others, they want you to come and speak to them. Others, they want just you to be there.
Saying nothing.
Again, customize quality time. Customize, and then the fifth one is physical touch. Again, that customized to the needs of the other person. What does that mean? And I want to add 2 more that are very, very critical.
Yes.
Patience. That you can't love people without being patient with them. Why? People are not angels.
Yes.
They have imperfections. They are coming from somewhere. Unless you exercise patience, you can't really love people.
Yeah.
And that is one of the tests in relationships. And that's why the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13, from verse 4, love is patient.
Yes.
That we've got to be, Christ was patient with us. Christ demonstrated that. And last but not least, love is forgiveness. Sooner or later, we hurt one another in a relationship.
Yes.
Because we are not perfect, we don't think alike, we don't feel alike, and therefore, exercise forgiveness.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. I can see our time is pretty much well spent tonight, and I just want us to, take our final remarks, our parting shots before we call it an end to our conversation tonight. So I just begin off with Esther. Let's look at this camera and give us your parting shot.
My final remarks to young girls, young campus girls, it's just love yourself. Don't expect much from men. Yes, we have been told by Professor here, like, love is about giving. And when your boyfriend doesn't give you, don't feel like as if he doesn't love you. Maybe he doesn't have that money to give to you. So, and we have been told many types of love languages. So maybe they don't have something to give to you. You'll just have to understand them.
All right. Let's come over to you, Vanessa. Give your parting shot as we come to the end of the program.
So expectations.
Camera.
Do not have too much expectations in life, because they will hinder you into having only one focus in life. So just be an open-minded person, be ready to work with what comes out, and God bless you.
All right, great. Over to you, Nancy, your parting shot as we wrap up the conversation.
Okay, for me, I would encourage most of us just to be able to redefine love in their lives, that we should be able to even cause impact in the people around us. It is not so much, when we talk about love, it is not self, but what am I doing to the other people just to reach out and show the love of Christ. Because the love of Christ is an unconditional love, where he says that while we were still sinners, he came for us. He loved us even before we loved him. And despite our response to him, he still loves us just as we are.
Yes.
So that is what I would like to encourage somebody out there, that Christ loves you.
Amen.
Yeah, despite of every situation you'll go through, kama umeachwa, just know that Christ loved us.
Right. Awesome. Daktari, you're
Yeah.
parting short for the conversation tonight.
Yeah. If you find
That is
yourself pretending to be who you are not in the name of loving someone else, that's not love. Love is being true to yourself and true to the other person. Love is patient. True love waits. And if you want to know how to love, look at the author of love. That's God himself. How did he love us? Then love like God, love like Christ.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the amazing panel tonight. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you so much, Esther. And of course, Dr. Karau. Thank you so much for that amazing and wonderful, time together tonight, sharing your wisdom and your experience in these matters. And of course, for our listeners and viewers, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Overflow show. It has been so amazing. And of course, Dr. before we come to the end, let us just know what we should be expecting next Saturday.
Next Saturday, we shall focus on campus life, especially among the ladies.
Yes.
What are the challenges they go through, things that affect their self-esteem and self-image?
Yes.
And how can they build their self-image despite all these challenges?
All right.
Yeah.
It is a conversation you don't want to miss. I wish you a restful night and, of course, an amazing weekend. See you next time. Same place, same time. Bye-bye.